Johns Hopkins University, the James Buchanan Brady Urological Institute. Hey, Mark, what does that have to... Stay with me. I don't bring this stuff up to be frivolous. The United States Preventive Services Task Force, or better known in the community as the USPSTF, well, that's what they call it, has listen, you ready? Men, this is about you. By the way, can we talk about men, or is that verboten? Do we only talk about women and their genitalia, or can from time to time talk about men and their genitalia? The USPSTF has recommended against PSA screening for prostate cancer. To understand this recommendation, they write, you need to know that the panel had no urologists or other prostate cancer experts. Rather, it was composed of individuals with little or no knowledge of the disease who are described as independent scientists who are better able to objectively evaluate the literature without bias. The panel said the healthy men don't need PSA screening. In effect, this decision sets the clock back to before the 1990s when healthy men were diagnosed with cancer that was palpable and often too late to cure. And it is a horrifically painful way to die, prostate cancer. It's the most common cancer in American men, the second most common cancer, period. Because the cancer begins on the prostate's outer edges, it produces no symptoms until it is far advanced, often, and too late to cure. So early diagnosis is everything. It's the cornerstone that has dramatically reduced death and suffering. The task force fails to recognize, they write, that in the absence of PSA testing, a man will not know that he has the disease until he has symptoms, at which time the cancer is too far advanced to cure. In the absence of mammography, at least women can palpate their own breast. Feel it, touch it. So what's this all about, ladies and gentlemen? Why would some group of experts who are not expert on the particular topic be recommending no prostate exams? Why would they be recommending that, Mr. Producer? Why do you think? To cut costs. To cut costs. See, this argument that's been put forward for years here now, and that apparently was a winning argument with many liberals, many in the media, and many people out there, was look at the cost of health care. It's 17% of the economy. It's 17% of the economy. And I'm thinking to myself, so what? Now, that's not to say that people have trouble paying it. Many people do have trouble paying it. And again, we want to reduce the price of something, we promote competition. When we want to reduce the price of computers, we want competition. Toasters, competition. We even have an antitrust division. But apparently when it comes to health care, we don't want competition. We want a Soviet-style, top-down, iron-fisted dictatorial system, which is what we're getting. What does that result in? Price controls and rationing. This is rationing. Remember about a year or two ago, some group came out and recommended no mammograms? And that was reversed after there was an outcry. Now we have a group recommending no preventative prostate exams or testing. Oh, this is going to get bad. This is going to get worse. Old people not being able to get the care and the medicine they need, or if they've been in the hospital for a certain amount of time, they're going to be kicked out. You know, really young little babies, particularly those just born, preemies and so forth, with particularly severe problems. Oh, sorry, it's not cost effective. I see it all coming. You see it too. And then when people need to see a primary doctor, we don't have enough primary doctors. Long lines, long waiting lists. People who are on Medicare, they're going to have trouble finding doctors because doctors are being ripped off and they're not going to want to take Medicare patients. This is a mess, and it's going to get worse. You cannot point to me a single large federal bureaucracy that is efficient or humane. Not one. And yet this is the biggest bite out of the private economy ever, the healthcare system, and the most crucial, the most important to you and your family. And we let these bums do it. And we let this president do it. And we rewarded him with re-election. It makes my stomach turn.